Hello guys, this one is the second part of the domain and range lesson, which is 2-3, and I believe this one is gonna be the major part of the domain and range. Okay, so now pay attention and let's get to this one. So let's do this one. If you look at this one, if you want to find domain and range, first let's highlight here. So now we're gonna use these numbers that we highlighted, and do you see this arrow? You saw it last time. So let's find the domain first. So we start from here, which is -1, -2, -3. It's a closed circle. And where does it end? Do you see this one is going down, but it's keep going to the right as well, to infinity. So you're gonna put infinity. But as I said, you will only use this one as your, what's it called? Domain. Oh, not using this one. Use this one. So this one is gonna be x is greater than or equal to -3, right? For the range, it's a little bit different. We're gonna use this one as a range, and range is the bottom to top. So what's the lowest point this one can get? It's not this point, because this is gonna be the highest point this graph can reach. Let's keep going down, isn't it? So it's gonna be -infinity, y, and then this is the highest point, which is +1, +2, +3, and +4. So let's use this one only. Now this one we don't have to flip it because y comes first already, doesn't it? So it's gonna be y is less than or equal to 4. Alright, let's look at this question on the right. Now this one is pretty easy. As you can see, we are gonna use only these numbers here. Now where does it start from the left? It's gonna be what? -4, and it's open circle, so I'm gonna put just less than x, and it goes to infinity, and we're gonna only use this one, so it's gonna be x is greater than -4. Okay, for the range is bottom to top, and this one range start from -1, and it goes to infinity, isn't it? Because it's keep going up, unlike this one. So unlike previous question, this one you have to flip this one, which is y is greater than or equal to -1. All right. Okay, let's do this one. For this question, for the quadratic, it's very simple. Domain is the I think hardest part. Though if you know the concept, it's gonna be the easiest. Now, do you know where it starts from the left? Maybe you will not be able to tell because it does not stop on the left, it does not stop on the right. Do you see it's keep going to the left side? It's going up, but it's going to the left side. And it's keep going to the right side as well here. So this one is -infinity to +infinity, all right? Now, we have a problem. We don't want to write infinity sign here. Then what should we do? And we have both infinity. In this case, we just write all real number like this, r. That's the only thing that we have to write. So for this question, same thing. Let's keep going to the left and keep going to the right. So domain for this one is -infinity to +infinity, like that. But instead of writing this, I can just write r. That represents all real number. Okay. Let's find the range. Range is pretty simple. Bottom to top, what's the lowest point this one can get? -3, less than or equal to y. And what's the highest point this graph can get? Let's keep going up to infinity, right? Again, this point is the middle of the line, so we consider it as a closed circle. And now we have to flip it, so it's going to be y is greater than or equal to -3. Now try this question by yourself. Find the range. You're going to get the same answer, by the way. Now, what about this question? Domain is all real number, by the way. What about the range? Let's look at this. Range. What's the lowest point this one can get? It's not 4. It's negative infinity. Right? Because it's keep going down. And highest point is 4. And this one, y, we don't have to flip it because y comes first already. So it's gonna be this. Okay? Now try this question by yourself. That's what you're supposed to get. And this one, try these questions by yourself. Pause the video and try it by yourself. For the domain, you should get this. For the range, you should get this. You should get this. Okay? It's very easy and simple. Alright, word problem. If you feel like I'm going too fast, just pause the video and watch it again, okay? The question says the total cost in dollar to buy a textbook for TJCA can be found using this function, okay? Where T is the number of the textbook bought. If there are at least 14 students who need textbooks, but no more than 19 students, what is the domain and range of the function of this situation? Now I bet you don't understand what's going on here. But don't worry, it's very easy. Let's find domain first. Domain is T, like X values, in this case T, right? And there are how many students? At least 14 students and maximum number of 19 students in the class. And we need one textbook for each one. Now we have to figure out whether this one is discrete or continuous, which means whether this one is a line or a point. And it's very easy. You only have to ask one question. Can you have 14.5 students? You cannot, because if you cannot cut people in half. I mean, obviously you can say yes, but that's nonsense. So you can have 14 people or 15 students or 16 and up to 19 students. So that's a discrete, and that is the domain. All right. For example, in this question, we have 18 students and we have 12 students. So for the domain, we have 12 students at least, 13 or 14, up to 18 students. That's a domain. Okay, just read it. This one is a discrete as well because this one X represents student, right? And you cannot have 12.5 students. That's the reason. Read this question and see if you can have it like that. Now for the range. For the range, it's pretty simple as well. You're gonna use this equation. C equals, is given to us, 125t plus 8.25. Now, you have to find y values. So to do that, instead of t, you're gonna substitute every single one of these numbers. So it's gonna be 125. Instead of t, you're gonna put 14. Just like functions that we did for the 2-1. So let's put this one into the calculator. You can use, I'm gonna use Desmos. So it's gonna be 125 and 14 plus 8.25, right? 0.25, which I will get 1000 ic. Yep, if I plug in 14, I get this one. And if I put 15, I get, instead of 14, now I'm gonna put 15. Look at the calculator on the right. Now I get 1883.25. If I put 16, 16 plus 8.25. I get 2008.25. And last, if I put 19 here, I get 2383.25. So I got these numbers. Therefore, I need some space, but it's okay. So range for this one is gonna be 1758.25, comma 1883.25, comma 2008.25, comma, and last number is going to be $2,383.25 to buy textbooks. So that's the range. You may think this one is too much, but it's not gonna be that too much, because when you actually do this one, your question is gonna be based on multiple choice questions, and you will have this one as an answer choice. So you can clearly tell when question is asking for the range, you can tell this one is gonna be the range, right? So this one, find the range by yourself, because I'm too lazy. I will just tell you what to do. C equals 75x plus 5.25. So you just put 12 and like 13, and just like that, everything, all right? So here, a brand booster ordered 200 play shirts. So you order 200 shirts, okay, for the football game, and you spend $12,000. So no matter what, you already spend $12,000, and now you're gonna sell them for $15 each. Now you have to find the domain of this situation. You don't have to find the range, you just have to find domain, which means you don't really need this one. They just put it here to confuse you. So how many shirts? So you have 200 shirts. What's the worst scenario of in this case? You're trying to sell the shirts. What's the worst scenario? You don't sell anything else, right? Or you sell 1 t-shirt, or you sell 2 t-shirts, or 3 t-shirts. What's the maximum number of t-shirts that you can sell? 200, because you ordered 200 shirts in total. So that's the domain. In case you want to find range, what you can do is in this equation, instead of x, you're gonna use these numbers and find the answer. Okay? Same thing here. I think you can do this one by yourself. So that's it, guys. This one you're finding domain and range. So if you need help, just let me know. I will help you. Yeah, that's it, guys. Bye.